What's up, my pilots? Angry Poncho here, back playing Minecraft, and it's raining. I don't like that, but I guess it's suitable because it's raining in the real world right now as well. So I already showed you guys I flattened out this island and made it all pretty. Over there, I made us another nether portal because the one we had was way underground. We basically made it right next to the lava. Decided I didn't like that, so we have one over here. In this episode, I've done quite a bit since we last talked, and I'm just going to quickly try and go around and catch you guys up on all the little things that I've done. I haven't done anything significant. I haven't made any new technologies, but I have done a bunch of caving. I built a couple of things, and I made some discoveries. So, of course, all of this comes together and makes a nice, like, 30-minute summary episode, but all in all, it took like 10 hours or so. So I made a new nether portal. I appeared out here. I made just a little stone and cobblestone surrounding area just to keep the nonsense out. And then up top here, the zombie pigmen, they're cool with me. It's been long enough, I guess, that they've decided to forgive me. I don't know. Anyway, you can see how much mining I've done from looking at how my Unbreaking 3 pick is now almost totally broken. It's been a lot of mining. But none of it's been in the nether yet, and I see these nether ores and things around here. And I want to look into that, but this is not the episode for that. I don't want to go and do a whole lot of nether exploring. In fact, all I've done here is build this little house and basically hide. So, that's what a nether looks like right now. It's basically just a survival shelter right around the portal so it doesn't get put out or anything like that. That's all I got in that regard. But the real action has been happening underground in Terra here, or whatever this Mundus, I don't know what the world is called that isn't the Nether. I think it's supposed to be Terra, right? Isn't that the word for it? I think Notch said that at one point. I don't know. That was way back in the day when we were asking those kind of questions when the Nether was first put in the Halloween update or whatever. So we got our bookshelves put together in our enchanting room here. We made a couple enchanted things. I actually made a sword. Our pickaxe has been working great. I love that efficiency and unbreaking together on the same thing. So I've also been enchanting other things with the levels I've been collecting, and I'll show you where the levels came from in a minute. So I got this really good sapphire sword with disjunction 3 and vorpal 2. I don't know what those do, but I assume that they're really cool. I think vorpal is what lets you get the heads. I'm not sure. Also has looting 3 and knockback 2. So it's a pretty kick-ass sword. And then I made a bow with punch 1 and power 4. That's cool. We got a book at one point too. I think I found that in a spawning room. I've made some more technologies here. They're kind of just the same things we've seen before. They're all just sitting around in here. I don't know why the blaze powder's in there. But this will likely clue you in on the biggest discovery that I've made, which is down here in this new mine shaft that I've dug. So what I did was I went down to like 9 or 10, basically down where we are now, and said, okay, this is diamond height. I'm just going to go to the side, I'm just going to dig in one direction and look at my mini-map until I find a cave. And then I ran basically right into this cave. I only had to go one block up. I made a little staircase, and here we are. So this place, of course, was full of minerals and things, and as you can see now, I've pretty much stripped it bare. There's almost nothing left around here. Oh, hello. You little bastards. Get out of here. A lot of slimes be fapping in this area. One of these chunks around here is a slime chunk. But the biggest discovery was that right here, not too far from the entrance to the cave, I found a spawner. Behind this cobblestone wall here. It is a skeleton spawner. And I went ahead and made a little room around it. I did the usual spawner thing where I put water in the floor in there, and it all runs down and pushes the skellies over here. And then they go up the little chute, and then once they go up a ways, and then they get pushed over here, and eventually fall down right here, and I kill them. And that's where I've been getting all of the bows, the arrows, and the bones. So I'm going to start in the next episode carrying a bow as just part of my gear, because I now have enough arrows, because a skeleton spawner is the best kind of spawner, I think, besides blaze spawners. Because skeletons, you get the experience, you get bones, which are great for fertilizer, and you get arrows, which are great for, using. And then you also get a bow every now and then. So, they're pretty cool. So, skeleton spawners are pretty great. I like that. That was the one we found here. And I just made a little a little spawning thing here. I made this out of glass because I was having some problems with skeletons getting stuck here and dying. So when they die, they drop their goodies right here. So I just made this little entrance so I could run over and pick those up. I don't know what I did wrong with the spawner. It seems like it has the same flow it always has, where the water down here is running to the right, and then it flows up and connects to this, and it should push them up through here, right? But you can hear right now somebody's drowning in there. Even though there's air every other block, they're still managing to drown. I don't know if it's just something that's changed about the way skeletons behave or what, but when they seem to get caught up here every now and then, and sometimes they drown on the way up. I'm not sure what's up with that. Yep, you can hear them when they hit the ground over here too. And the ones that take any drowning damage on the way up, they die as soon as they come down. So you get loot from them, but not experience. This kind of stinks. It's neat to look at the mini-map too and see. You can actually watch the skeletons spawn, get pushed over to the right, and then they slide up, and their icons change color, and they get into the chute at the top. Once they finally arrive up there, they get pushed over back to the left, and then they fall down and they gather in this little group where they are now. So that's fun to watch. I use a stone sword on my grinders just because occasionally they don't ever have enough health to withstand anything more than a bare fist. The bare fist actually kills them, but I always use a stone sword just because they're whatever. Why not? It's a good thing to have on hand. Okay, so this cave also has a bunch of other stuff that I've mined in it. So let me look at my waypoints here. We have a few that we've seen before. So I found a spawner somewhere that I decided not to do anything with because it was too far away. But we also have an open area, the grinder, and a mine shaft that I found. So I'll turn those on. So you can see the grinder is the one I've already built here. And then ways off, 114 meters and 193 meters in that direction, there's an open area and there is an abandoned mine shaft. So there's some exploration to be done there. When I go into the abandoned mine shaft, I'll bring you guys with me. That'll be fun to do. But I'm exploring these general caves kind of by myself because it's the same. The caving experience is pretty much unchanged. I haven't even been using my jetpack because these caves have been all so flat down in the lower parts of the I don't know, the world. When you're down that low, the caves tend to not go up and down a whole lot. So it's no big deal to just not even have the jetpack with you. It's been sitting in my chest for quite a while, actually. People have been telling me, it's like, you're doing too much work. You need to start making more stuff and get quarries and things. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's try and make a quarry. This will be our next big technology. That was my plan all along, was to go from jetpack to quarry. And I think now we have enough stuff. So I've got a bunch more chests here, and this is all temporary. When I actually make a real storage room, I will have a system, and I will explain the system. But right now, it's just chests everywhere. Like I have charcoal over here, and coal over here. And then, yeah, plants and stuff are here. Blocks go in here. Just loot, junk goes in here. Anything that looks like dust goes in here. So this is where my macerator stuff goes in. Tin dust, copper dust, iron dust, all that good stuff. Bauxite dust. And then down here is all the jewels and ingots and crystals. So I have 36 diamond now. That's the big standout for me, because now we have enough stuff to make a mining drill. Actually, we could make 2 diamond drills if we wanted. So I could have a diamond drill and I could have a quarry, which would be cool. So I'll look at a quarry in just a second here. But the thing is, in order to make a quarry and in order to make a mining drill, I need to get steel ingots, which means I need to have a blast furnace, which means I need to go to the nether and gather some stuff to make blast furnace blocks. Okay, so I'll show you the line here. So here's a quarry. Here's how you make it. The gears are not that expensive. The gold and iron gears, they just take some gold and some iron. It's not a big deal. Diamond gears are just gold gears with some diamonds. So there's four diamonds per these gears, so 4, 8, and then the diamond drill takes 3 diamonds here, so that's 3 more, and then the mining drill, oh, I guess that's it. Okay, so that's 3 here. Oh no, wait, where's my advanced plating go? Oh no, wait, I don't need to use the advanced plating one. That's not going to work. Yeah, okay, so it's only so you guys were yelling at me because I was stupid and used diamonds to make a pickaxe instead of making a drill. I thought I needed more diamonds, but it turns out you only need 3 diamonds to make a drill, a diamond drill. once you have the mining drill. Of course, it's the mining drill that requires the steel. So this is where we're getting stuck up, is we need steel ingots, and we have not. There's no steel ore. You don't just find steel laying around. Oops, clicked the wrong one. So yeah, you can smelt steel stuff and get it. So if you find any, you can get melted down. But really, the way to get steel is in not an industrial blast furnace, in a blast furnace. Okay, steel dust. That's not what I want. Where do you get steel dust from? Pulverizing things? Oh, don't be silly now. Block of steel. Steel ingot. Alright, hang on a second. I thought you had to have a blast furnace to make steel. It was like you put in... Okay, let me look at the blast furnace blocks, though. So these are blast furnace bricks. And the way you build this thing is you actually have to get a whole bunch of these and make them into a blast furnace, which is a multiple block structure. So, I don't know what the difference between these is. Oh, you start with, okay, the different structures here. But the way I'm going to make it is with these, I think. So we need magma cream, which I think we don't have to actually find a whole lot of magma slimes. I think we can make that with blaze powder and slime balls, which we have plenty of. Well, not plenty, but we have a bit. Yeah, I got 14 blaze powder, and then I have a whole bunch of slime balls, so there's no problem there. Where was I? Yeah, so magma cream is no big deal, but we need to collect some soul sand, and we need to collect some nether brick. Now, nether brick, I think... Oh yeah, I gotta get started on that soul stuff. We can collect nether rack and turn it into nether brick with a compressor. And there's actually a lot of other things you can do with a compressor, so I think that's the next technology I'm going to make. So it's a lot of steps, but I'm keeping track of it. You don't have to worry about it. In fact, I already made all the things I need to make a compressor. So it's just 6 stone, a circuit, and a machine block. The machine block is just refined iron, so I already made the machine block. I got a circuit here. Now where is my stone at here? There we go. So let's make a compressor. Just like that. Ding! Epic squeeze. Nice. I'm going to put the compressor next to the generator in hopes that it will power it. Oh yeah, it is. Look at that. Sweet. Cool. Alright, so now all we need is nether rack, and we can make nether brick. So we got to find soul sand and nether rack. And then we can make ourselves some stuff. It's good stuff. What am I saying? I forget. Sometimes I just can't find the word I'm looking for. This works, right? Yes. Okay, cool. So now the thing is, how many do we need? So it's like a 3x3x4 structure or something like that to make the blast furnace. So let me see. It's not the industrial one. That's a different thing. I'm talking about the regular blast furnace. It's 3x4x3 hollow. So what is that? 9 on the bottom, 9 on the top. Where are you dying? Probably sunlight on top of my house. They shouldn't be spawning up here, though. That's weird. He just goes out. I'm like, oh, I'm fine now. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to need 9 to make the bottom layer, 9 more to make the top layer, and then 8 times 2 in between is 16, plus 18 is 34. Okay, so if I get 4 at a time, I need to make... the best I can do is 36, which is 9. Okay, so I need 9 magma creams. So I'm just going to go ahead and make those. 9 magma creams. Alright, cool. So now, maybe I will go in the nether in this episode, because it seems like we can get her done pretty quick. Nether rack and soul sand. I'm going to want some shovels to get the soul sand. So let's leave the magma cream here so I don't lose it. I made 3 miners backpacks. I made 1 more miners because I find I fill up the miners backpacks a lot faster than. When did I get a furnace in my inventory? The hell did I pick? Oh yeah, I mined up that 1 furnace. That's right. I was like, what the freak? When did I make a furnace? I'm losing my mind. Put that away. All right, cool. Let me grab a bow. I have this enchanted bow, and I guess I'll just take with me. Why not? And some arrows. Why not? All right, let's go into the nether. And I'm going to get some soul sand. How many do we need? 4. Well, looks like the recipe makes 4, so it's 1 per thing. So I only need 36 of each. So it's not a whole lot. And I think we want a couple buckets of lava to go in the middle of the blast furnace. I think that's how it works. Anyway, this will be our first multi-block technology, and I'm kind of excited about making it. I'm going to turn off those waypoints because they're going to look really silly in the nether. They're going to be all right next to each other because it's the distance is 8 times as far or whatever, so they're all going to be 8 times as close. And they're going to be in the wrong place because obviously they're not in the nether. But the waypoints still show up in the nether like they're actually there. It's weird. I guess it's showing you where you would pop out if you made a portal there. Except we all know that isn't how that works. Because it seems like whenever you make a portal, you end up coming out of portals you've already made rather than nearby areas. Alright, so netherrack is clearly abundant. I'm looking for soul sand. It's usually easy to spot. There's some over there. Actually, that's gravel, isn't it? Dang. I should look on my map, that's what I should do. Let's see. Oh, look at that. We got a... Is that a blaze over there? Is that what that icon is? He's moving pretty quick. Must be a blaze. Or something worse. Lord only knows. Oops. Oh, I'm locked into walking. What am I doing? Alright. Let's find... Looks like there's a bunch to the north. Oh, and actually maybe a bit right over there, just around that hill. Is that ore, or is that soul sand? Either way, there's tons of soul sand up this way. So let's just have a look-see, shall we? I'm just going to try and avoid mobs for the time being. Now, I know there's all kinds of good stuff to be found in the nether here, but I don't want to really, truly explore the nether until I've got... Gosh, I hope that those aren't anything really nasty. That looks like it's flying around on my radar there. Yeah, look at all that soul sand down there. Well, how do we get to that? Well, it'll be nice if we get a jetpack. Yeah, I want to explore the nether with a jetpack, but I only have one right now. So what I want to do is make a spare before I start using... hope I have some cobble. I have one piece of netherrack. Okay. Whatever. Works for me. I'm just trying to get over here and get some soul sand. Hopefully this won't take long. This will be sweet. This is going to go faster than I thought. See, there's like nether stuff. These nether ores. That looks like nether gold or something. Nether copper. I don't know. I'm only guessing at what these things might be. Oh, look! I see on my map we have a fortress over there. Check that out. Sweet. We'll have to go check that out at some point. But I want a big nether exploration video to be one of the episodes we make, because I want to find all the new stuff in the nether on video. That's why I haven't been mining any of those ores, despite the fact that they've got to be worthwhile. They have to be worth something, right? I'm just going to grab a bunch of soul sand. I don't know. I think it's good for other things, too, and how I think about it. Yeah, let me grab a bunch of this stuff right now. Because I know I want to make a soul shard so that I can make a really fast spawner eventually. That's the end technology on that. Ghostblood told me about this. He has one that does skeletons. Basically, you make this shard, and then you kill a whole bunch of whatever mob with it, and then the result is that that shard can be used to basically make your own spawner. So you can put a spawner wherever you want, which sounds pretty sweet if you ask me. So I'm definitely going to want to work towards having that technology eventually. He's gutsy! Yeah, I've gotten pretty... I feel like I've played Minecraft a lot. Like, I have to have developed some sort of skill at this point, right? If I've been playing for this long and I still suck, that'd be pretty embarrassing. Alright, I do make hilarious omissions and things I should know and just totally forget, though. Oh man, unbreaking pick, or rather efficiency pick, is just hilarious in netherrack. Look at that. I think I probably have enough now. I don't know, how many do I need to compress to make one nether brick? That's the question. That's going to be the limiting factor here, I think. Okay, I definitely have enough now. That's ridiculous. Well, it'll be easy for me to use netherrack as a source of fuel. I think that there's some lava piston kind of things that you can make. That's what Ghostblood did early in his world, but I don't know if I'm going to go that direction. We'll see. Sweet, that was a successful little journey. We found what we wanted pretty quick. It always works out. And we even got eyes on a fortress, another fortress for us to explore later. That's good. Maybe I can make a blaze spawner and put that wherever I wanted. We'll see. Let me zoom my map back in here. Can't do it while I'm moving, which I find is kind of strange. I'm going to turn off the enemies. I don't even need to know about that right now. Alright, cool. So let's see if this compressor is currently being powered by our generator here. I want to grab some of my charcoal, because coal can be used for other things, and charcoal sometimes No, wait, hang on. That's wrong. I'm going to use coal for this. Because I think when we make the blast furnace, we're going to want to have some charcoal left. Alright, so let's just power the generator. And let's put our... Oh man, how much netherrack did I get? Let's put our netherrack in the compressor. Whoops. There we go. Alright, cool. Now I want to make some overclockers. Because that's going to speed up these devices we have. It's these guys. And it's just coolant cells. Is that everything? Yeah, it's just coolant cells and cables and a circuit. But all coolant cell is a water bottle with tin around it. So let's make some of those while our stuff is going over here. So this is just going to compress. Okay, it looks like it's 61. How many is it going to take away when it compresses? 3. Okay, that's what it looked like. Alright, so it takes 3 netherrack to make 1 nether brick. Fair enough. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, what did I want? I wanted tin. I made a bunch of tin because I have the doubling. I'm macerating all my ores now. So, rest assured, I'm trying to be efficient. I made some water bottles already. Yeah, here they are. I made 6. Alright, I can't stack these, can I? Oh well. Coolant cell. Sweet. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what is this making? Empty cells. Oh, okay. 4, 5. Where's my last one? 6. Okay, cool. I'll put my tin back. And then, okay, now that I have coolant cells, what else do I need? A circuit and cables? I already have that. I have 2 more circuits, and I got plenty of cables. So, cables go here, circuit goes there. Coolant cells don't stack either. Overclocker. Sweet. I'm going to toss one of these in each of my... Actually, I think you can put them both in the one thing if you want. Let's see if I just throw both of these in here. How much faster does that get? Huh. I don't know how significant that is, but I know it draws... Ghostbolt told me I think it draws power faster this way. So we have to sort of weigh our options here. How quickly it's going to run through my coal supply. So how many of these do we need? 36, I think? Just keep filling this up with netherrack. Alright, sweet. So we're just waiting on that to go now. Compressing things. Cool, so I can move these overclockers back and forth. They're not permanent, so I can take them out and put them in my macerator if I want to use them there. And I eventually want to get a rotary macerator going. But that requires... what was it that I needed to have in order to get that to work? I needed something else that I didn't have yet. And I needed to make a rolling machine, and then I needed a compressor, which I have now. And then I needed carbon fibers. But that was just from macerating coal. What else did I need? I thought there was something else I didn't have yet. Maybe not. Maybe we can make a rotary macerator now that we have a compressor. I don't know. Anyway, 12 of those. We need 36. I'm just going to go ahead and take these out and make some. I want to see how this stuff works. And then we got to find a place to put the thing. This might be the first thing that I actually try and... Yeah, blast furnace bricks. Sweet. This might be the first thing that I actually try and put in a place where I want it to be permanently. So, on that note, let me go look over here and figure out how I want to do this. So this island is going to become just an island of cool supplies. I figure it's isolated enough. It isn't just an elevated platform, but it is pretty much the same as that because it's just a little staircase on the sides. But it has lots of torches around, surrounded by water, and it has this higher area where I can get up and look at what I've done. So let me just pick a place for this to happen. I suppose I could start in the corner. Sure. Boom, right there. Or you know what? Can I pick these back up? Yes. Okay, good. Sweet. I'm going to put them into the... Do I want it to be in the ground, or do I want it to be... I'm not sure if this is going to end up like a nether portal, where I'm going to want it to be sort of set into the ground, or it'll look funny up in the air. I'm just going to... You know what? I'm not going to raise it. Oops. Dang it. That's exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do. I wanted to put these back and then start on top. So, there we go. That's where we'll put it. It's a multi-block structure again, so we have to wait for our stuff to finish in here. Now, eventually, we need to find a real power source. Generators and coal is only going to get us so far. Now, that is renewable, because we can just grow charcoal and use that in here. That works just fine. But in the end, we really want to have a better source of power, and I don't want to have to wait until I have iridium or something in order to make really good solar panels or whatever. So, alright, how many more of these can I make now? Soul sand, nether brick. Make a bunch more. Almost there. So I got 20, I already put 4 down, that's 24, which means I need 12 more things. So we're just waiting on this to make us 12 more nether brick. Sweet. So let's see, I can also make a rolling machine, I think, now. Which is, I'm going to need to make a rotary macerator eventually, but I'll do that when I get to it. Let's see. I can make mixed metal ingots. These are kind of weird. Like, it's just tin. Wait, is it copper or? Oh no, it's supposed to be bronze. I don't know how to make bronze. Okay, I'll skip on that for now. Basically, oh, did it? Oh, it's out of netherrack. I'm like, did it run out of power? What the heck? There's no way there's all that coal's used up already. Although it is going pretty quick, isn't it? So I guess the coal gives us... I suppose this is EU. So it's 4K, yeah, it's in the generator. So it's 4K EU at 10 EU per tick. And I don't know what the compressor takes. I don't know if it doesn't say here. Yeah, you can compress all kinds of stuff. Turn snow into ice. Mix metal ingots into advanced alloys. We'll be using that. Coal ball into compressed coal ball, which you can then compress into a coal chunk with obsidian, which you can then compress or do something else with into diamonds. Yeah, so that's eventually the diamond making method where you just turn coal into diamonds. It's pretty much alchemy. It's pretty sweet. Okay, 2 more. Come on now. Those overclockers are pretty cool. I'll probably stop this after I get my 12 things. Means I don't need to put any more coal in there. This red bar indicates how much power the generator currently holds. Apparently it has a little bit of a buffer. So it doesn't run out immediately when you remove the coal, which is nice. Alright. Hopefully I did the math right. I'm not going to be short here. Yep. Okay, 3 magma cream. That means we're just finishing here. Sweet. Can I pick up my dirt, please? Thank you. My soul dirt. Or whatever it's called. So I think in the next episode I'm going to look into that soul shards thing so I can start using it. I might just use my grinder to make a better skeleton spawner. Alright, so it's hollow. Oh, I'm going to want my buckets of lava. I think I have a couple already, actually. I just have buckets of lava on hand, you know, for those occasions when you have a guest over and you just want to offer them something to drink. If it's a guest you really don't like, maybe you can do that. Lava buckets. I believe that's how it works. I think it increases the efficiency of the blasting thing. And I think this is just like a furnace where you put stuff in and it cooks up, but it doesn't need power. So it's 3x4, solid on the bottom, and then 2 blocks around like this. And then you put buckets of lava in the middle. I'm just going off of what I've read here. I've never done this before. I've never done any of this before. So it should work. If you look down the side here, it's just blank right now. If it works... Oh, it changed color. It definitely worked. There should be a little hole. Yeah, sweet. So now we can look in it. Awesome. This is a blast furnace. It's huge, but that's fine. Okay, so now... Now we need to make steel. So the question is, do I remember how to make steel? I think you put an iron ingot in with charcoal? Because you can use charcoal right away in a blast furnace of this kind of blast furnace. But you can't use coal right away. For some reason it doesn't work. I don't know why they did that, to be honest, but that's how it is. Let's stack those up. Okay, I'm carrying things I don't want to be carrying. Let's put that away. Alright, what am I looking for? Iron. I need iron. Or maybe it's refined iron. I wish I knew. It might be refined. I'll just grab some of both, and we'll see. We need I guess 5 for now to make a mining drill. And then once we have the other resources we need, we can turn it into a quarry. But we have the other resources we need. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so charcoal and iron. So this is really slow, I think. Yeah. I think it takes a long time to cook one thing in a blast furnace. Yeah, see, that's an entire charcoal, which only got maybe a third of the way through. So what is that, 3 charcoal for one smelting thing? Oh, look at that, it's glowing. Is it actually glowing, or is that just a texture? It's hard to tell. I have my brightness set up so high. Put that back where it was. Let's see if this makes what I thought it was going to make, which will hopefully be a steel ingot here. Come on, blast furnace. So once we can make steel ingots, we can make mining drills. Oh man, is it going to take 4? Gosh, looks like 3.5 coal to turn iron into steel. Sweet! Alright, it's working. Great. I'm going to let this cook. It'll just make as much steel as it can until it runs out of charcoal. But, awesome. Sweet, so I'm going to let that go. And that is all for this episode. We have made good progress here. We got a compressor, we went to the nether, we got some netherrack, did all that good stuff. I showed you the spawner I found and the grinder I made. That island is now officially in use. We put a blast furnace on it. And before too long, in fact, in between episodes, I'm going to move all of this goodness and all of this goodness over to that island. So I'll make an underground storage room with a bunch of chests, and it'll have a great system of where everything goes. And I'll move all of these things over to. Just, you know, I'll make it organized over there. I might even move the enchanting stuff just to move everything over there. And this will just be a mining base on top of the mine shaft down here. One way or the other, we're making some good progress here, so thank you guys for your suggestions. In the next episode, we're going to make a mining drill, and then if we can muster the resources and the time, I'll make some steel in between episodes. We can cook it up and actually... Oh, are we done here? Yep. We can cook it up and actually make a quarry, and then start looking into how to power the quarry. So if you have any questions, or not questions, yeah, if you have questions, don't ask me, I have no idea. But if you have any answers about how I could power my quarry, please let me know, because I'd like to build the quarry in the next episode, and then start looking for a location to put it. But I don't know how to power it. I don't know if a generator full of coal will do anything, or if that'll just be a waste of coal, or what. But let me know what I need to work on to get power for my quarry. And then in the next episode, I'll start working on that. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time on Let's Play Feed the Beast.